This is the 911 Calls Podcast with the operator.
He's in a silver Toyota pickup truck. He just busted through all the windows.
Oh, hello, Jessica.
Hello, the operator. Are we using full names?
How do you feel? Are you settling into your role
I guess
here?
So.
Behind the mic?
I guess so.
Yes, so. That's okay. Yes, so. My stomach's rumbling. I don't know if you can hear it.
No.
So hopefully it doesn't make it onto the podcast. But I
Fun fact.
thought I would ask you a couple.
Is that your fun fact? My stomach's rumbling.
Fun fact. Yeah, that's the only thing that's off script that I'm going to talk about.
Oh, great. Okay.
But I wanted to ask you I wanted to ask you some fun facts about Georgia.
Okay. The country or the state in the United States?
You know what's funny that you would say that because you're right in that should be how we determine that. But here's what's weird is I asked ChatGPT, I said, give me some weird facts about Georgia. It didn't ask for clarification. It just presumed I was talking about the United States state, Georgia, which is kind of, I don't know, privileged of the AI engine.
Doesn't Kent have a thing against Georgians?
He has a thing against Georgians. That's right. The country, not the state people.
Yeah.
All right. So I got some cool things here. Check this out. Did you know that Georgia is the largest state east of the Mississippi River? Now, what are you going to do with that information now that I've put it in your hand?
I wouldn't have guessed that.
What do you think is the biggest state west of the Mississippi River?
Alaska.
I don't know. Which one's bigger, Texas or Alaska? Well, I don't know. Landmass. Because here's what's weird. When you start looking at the globe, I don't know if you've ever seen one of those pictures, but those pictures that say the globe is always throwing things off for us because in order for the Earth to be Texas.
No. Alaska.
Alaska. Okay. See, because when you look on a globe, Alaska looks small.
Yeah, if you count the continental U.S., then it's Texas.
Okay. Well, that's farther than I wanted to go in the script. A lot of these things that it's known for it's the biggest XYZ east of the Mississippi. So we're just going to have to just deal with that. But do you know that it has the highest count of counties, the highest number of counties of any other state east of the Mississippi? So 159 counties. Here's another one. This gets confusing. Imagine how confusing this would be for a 911 operator. There are several counties in Georgia that have two names.
And don't they pronounce, they don't pronounce any of the names phonetically, really?
Properly.
Yeah.
Do you know what Georgia was named after? There's only one county in Georgia that's named after a woman. Hart County was named for Nancy Hart, a Revolutionary War patriot and warrior. She was a warrior, and they named a county after her. Did you know that there is over 350 species of birds that flit around Georgia? It has the oldest state park, the nation's oldest state park. It has 65 threatened and endangered plant and animal species. It's also, this is an interesting one. Did you know that the University of Georgia was the first state-supported university in the United States, and Wesleyan College in Macon was the first in the world to grant degrees to women? That's crazy. Did you know that there is an alphabet that originated in Georgia. And that's not the ABCs. I'm talking about the Cherokee alphabet. The Cherokee alphabet was originated from Georgia. Now, I can see you feverishly writing these down because I'm like, I know what you're thinking is how am I going to make use of all this knowledge? And I don't want you to feel like there's an expectation for you to use it all in one day. I just want you to know that, okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right. Take your silence as affirmation. Largest swamp, Georgia. Multiple governors, Georgia. Get this. What does that even mean? Georgia has experienced having not one, not two, but 3 governors simultaneously twice in its history. Huh? How does that happen? Is that like a thing that maybe happens during the Civil War where it's like things are so bad that you've got the North and the South each have a governor, and then you've got like a governor who governs over like the Swiss?
Like the Independent Party?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I really hope this call takes place in Georgia. Or her name is Georgia. I don't know.
Yeah, her name's Georgia. No, actually, geographically, I nailed this one with it being about Georgia. Also, it's about Macy's. You ever heard of Macy's?
The store?
Yeah, the store.
Mm-hmm. I'm familiar. You worked in a Macy's, didn't you?
I did. Well, I worked in a Bon Marché.
Oh.
Which was acquired by Macy's. So
that sounds bougie.
Yeah, it does, right? But the Bon was really huge in the Pacific Northwest, especially. There were Bon Marchés everywhere. And then they got bought out, a couple decades ago, I think, or a decade ago by Macy's. Macy's Herald Square is so large, it can house 22 restaurants offering a variety of cuisine to shoppers. This is interesting. Did you know that the first liquor license ever issued after Prohibition ended was issued in New York City to Macy's? So in case you wanted to go and get your brassiere and bonbons, you could also have it with a Fireball.
I don't think they had Fireball then.
They might have. I mean, somebody has to have accidentally put whatever is in Fireball together.
What flavor is Fireball up? Tell us.
I'm going to go out on a limb, having never drank a drop of alcohol in my life. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Fireball tastes like, I got to imagine, do they make like a cinnamon flavored drink?
Yes, sir. It's cinnamon whiskey. Fireball.
Oh, it really? Is it cinnamon? Is it hot? Is it hot? Like
It's cinnamony. It's like a eating big red gum.
Okay. Oh, so it's not that spicy. It's not super spicy.
No. It's warm, as Ben said. It's warm. Yeah. It's
warm. Okay.
I hate it.
That's probably good because knowing you're that violent blackout drunk. So
No, I'm not.
Maybe. I don't know. I've gotten a lot of Marco Polos from you and your husband.
You've never seen me drunk.
I've never gotten more Marco Polos from the husband of somebody that works with me who's crying because their spouse is blackout drunk and punching.
I am not. Do not. Okay, we're almost 10 minutes in.
Punching the Sinclair dinosaur
You're just
at the gas
spewing.
station. Those aren't lies. Those are facts. Extended holiday hours. Did you know that Macy's was the pioneer in extending store hours until midnight on Christmas Eve? It started the whole thing. Guess when that started, though? 1867. Before any of us even had brains. We weren't even fully developed in the womb in 1867, I don't think. I don't remember. Colored bath towels, first thing. innovated in America in 1932 in Macy's. That's right. You ever been teabagged? Well, guess what? Tea bags and baked potatoes also were brought into the American market by Macy's. So you're welcome, all you Fortnite players. The history of everything goes back to Macy's. Thanksgiving Day Parade, we all know that one. Macy's. Founded in 1858, that means Macy's over 150 years old. Okay.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm super done, but I'm also super excited about this. I'm going to give you a backstory on a couple people.
Okay.
First person we're going to talk about is David Walker. 55 years old. He was more than just a manager at Macy's in the Mall of Georgia. His 18-year tenure at the store had made him a familiar face and also a trusted figure. Walker's role as the manager of the jewelry department wasn't just a job to him, it was a commitment to the store and its customers. Fun fact to know and share, do you know what is the largest jeweler in America, in the United States?
No idea.
Fred Meyer. Fred Meyer Jeweler. Because all their superstore, all their stores have a jewelry store in them, but they're all under the same brand. So Fred Meyer Jewelers, biggest jewelry store in America, chain.
Interesting. That mall is still around.
The Mall of Georgia, the Mall of Georgia.
Is it in Beaufort, Georgia?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still around. There's still a Macy's there.
And it's big. I mean, it's a big mall. It's a big mall. You know, I don't know where it stands as far as mall size east of the Mississippi.
Oh my gosh.
How about Jose Reyes Serrato? He's 27, was 27, from Loganville, Georgia, had a history of run-ins with the law before today's incident. His past included multiple arrests in 2019, ranging from family violence to felony theft. In one incident, he slammed a door on his sister's hand, resulting in a family violence battery charge. And another time, he stormed into his brother's room, causing property damage. Now that's a lot of storming. How much of a level of storming do you do to make that much property damage in your brother's room? And then the cops are called, and then you're charged with property damage. What is he, like the Kool-Aid mascot? How does that happen?
He busts through the wall. I just thought about rage quitting.
Yeah. He just rage starts.
Yeah.
That's how he begins everything. Do you remember the character Fat Albert?
Hey. That guy? Yeah.
I'll miss him.
Wasn't it a cartoon?
It was a cartoon. Also, it was the voice work was done by our own Jell-O pudding pops.
Oh, it's Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
So it's been banned probably.
So I don't know if I can actually say I miss him.
No, don't say that.
I don't know if I can say I miss Fat Albert because that, might get canceled. In another instance, Jose damaged his brother's car in a manner that was considered what does this guy have? Stone hands? In another instance, he damaged his brother's car in a manner that was considered endangering to human life. Does this guy have superpowers? His most significant prior run-in with the law involved stealing a Cadillac Escalade from a dealership, leading to a felony theft charge. Okay, so...
Did you say this already? Does he have a drug problem?
No, I didn't claim anything about his drugs problem.
Just screams.
Yeah, you would think that there might be some drugs involved with the way he was. Either that or he's just got anger management issues, doesn't know how to handle them. Also, he has giant stone hands, apparently. I don't know that for a fact, but he can sure do a lot of property.
He's a Hulk.
Yeah, I don't know how he's doing all this damage.
Okay, sorry. I will stop interrupting you.
No, you know what? Honestly, more people in the reviews say that you don't interrupt me enough. So you feel free,
No.
especially if you feel like I didn't research something well enough. You just point that out. I'd say point that out before somebody points it out in a 1-star review. The day began. It was 2022 at 1:30 p.m. And the day started as a regular day at the Mall of Georgia, a shopping haven in Beaufort, just outside Atlanta. This wasn't just any mall, though. It's the largest in the state, that side of the Mississippi. Boasts an impressive array of stores, even to this day, and services, even to this day. You can even go and there's a shoemaker there. Did you know that? There's a shoemaker in the mall. Among them was Macy's, a staple of American retail, where David Walker, who was a seasoned manager with 18 herbs and spices, also 18 years of experience, oversaw the jewelry department. So the Mall of Georgia was buzzing with its usual activities. Shoppers wandered through the aisles, looking for end-of-summer deals, families enjoying their day out, and employees went about their tasks. The environment was a mix of casual shoppers and serious buyers. Have you ever been to the mall and seen a serious buyer?
Yes.
Like, don't get out of my way kind of buyer? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were some casual shoppers and some serious ones. They were all immersed in the routine hustle and bustle of one of the busiest shopping centers in the region. So meanwhile, unbeknownst to the mall goers, Jose Reyes Serrato had entered the mall with a very different agenda. His presence initially went unnoticed because he's blending into the crowd like a good criminal. However, his intentions were far from ordinary, and what unfolded next turned a normal shopping day into a scene of chaos and fear. At Macy's, Walker was likely engaged in regular managerial duties, organizing displays, assisting customers based on their race or their wealth, or however they choose to organize their shop, who they help.
What?
In Georgia, personally, I help everybody. Just want to put that out there. Overseeing his team, managing the team, closing out registers, opening registers. The day took a dramatic turn when Jose, armed with a crowbar, began his assault on the jewelry cases. The sound of shattering glass echoed all through the whole Macy's store, and it created quite a panic, actually. Confusion amongst customers and the staff. In the heat of the moment, the sounds of breaking glass, they were actually misconstrued for gunfire. And so that misconception spread rapidly, and you can imagine it heightened the panic. David Walker, amidst this chaos, thought he saw a gun in Jose's hand. This misinterpretation was a critical moment shaping his subsequent action. So believing that he and the others were in imminent danger, his protective instincts kicked in. So despite the initial hesitation and some self-preservation, Walker decided to confront Jose. His decision pretty much driven exclusively by a sense of duty to protect his colleagues and customers. And confrontation wasn't just physical, but a clash between Walker's sense of responsibility and Jose's reckless criminal intent. So the store, now a scene of fear and uncertainty, was about to witness a very violent crime. Walker, putting his own life at risk, approached Jose unaware of the severity of the situation he was about to face, set for an encounter that would leave a lasting impact on everybody involved. I know you're probably like, I can't handle it up. Let's get to the call. I'm so excited. Would that be accurate?
Sure.
Okay. On a side note, do you enjoy being here?
Yes.
Yay. Okay. Because if you don't want to be here,
I mean, I can go.
No, I'm just saying the show has taken so many hits and changes.
I'm not going anywhere. I enjoy being here. I enjoy the people. Our community is great. So,
And like, am I part of that?
and you're great too.
Okay. So now that we've covered that and we're on the same page, would you like to listen to this perchance? Would you like to listen to this call?
Yeah, let's hear the call.
Here it goes. It ensues now.
When at
Hey,
911,
there's an armed robbery taking place right now at Macy's.
Where at?
At Macy's.
At which mall?
Mall of Georgia.
Okay.
He's in a silver Toyota pickup truck. He just busted through all the windows and glass, and he's taking off right now.
Okay, windows and glass of what?
The Macy's and the display case at the jewelry counter. Come over here.
Did he have a weapon?
Yeah.
Okay.
He took the tag off of his truck.
Okay. So did he throw it on the ground?
I don't know. He took the tag off his truck. It's a gray Tundra, single cab. He's taking off right now. Passing by Dillard. Sorry, that's good.
Passing by Dillard's?
Yeah, heading towards the Hooters. Right now, it's tinted windows. Looks to be a Hispanic male, 5'10", 5'11", something like that. Had a mask and a hat on.
Okay, Hispanic male.
Yeah. And he's passing in front of Hooters right now, heading towards Mall of Georgia Boulevard and Buford Highway.
Buford Drive.
Yeah.
What color was his hat?
Black.
And what about his mask?
I was in the store with my wife. We ran out. It's grayish in color.
Okay. And he's headed towards Buford Drive
Yeah.
from Mall of Georgia Boulevard.
That is correct, yeah. And now I'm out of sight.
Was anybody injured, sir?
Not that I'm aware of. I grabbed my wife. We ran out of the store. We were at the Lens Crafters just inside in front of the makeup, in front of the jewelry.
What type of gun did he have?
He had a large pipe in his hand, and it looked like he had something on his hip that appeared to be a weapon, but I couldn't tell. And he had a backpack.
Okay. Do you think it was a gun on his hip?
I do, but I can't confirm that. Had a piece of galvanized pipe.
Okay.
There's another gentleman who's also calling 911 at the moment.
Okay. We don't need anybody else unless he has a visual on him. What is your name?
My name is...
And your phone number, please?
I'm just being told one of the Macy's said some worker got stabbed.
Somebody got stabbed? Can you confirm that, please?
No. You said someone got stabbed? Yeah. Someone did confirm someone got stabbed.
Tell you anything about the victims that got stabbed? I know you're not a doctor,
I'm looking. He's losing a lot of blood. He's laying on the ground. They're trying to triage him with some paper towels and some clothing.
Okay. Anybody, can you please take off his shirt, anything?
That's what there's clothing and everything. There's clothing and everything around. They're attempting to triage it right now. It looks like they're trying to wrap a belt around it.
Can you just listen to me for 1 second? I need them to place firm, steady pressure on the wound. Do not lift it up to look. Just press firmly. If it continues to bleed, you're not pressing hard enough, okay?
All right.
Tell them those instructions for me.
Okay. So they're applying pressure.
How old is the victim?
I'm sorry, ask the question again.
The victim, how old are they, male or female?
It's a male, approximately 50 years old, wearing a green shirt. His name is, his leg is
Where is he bleeding from?
His leg, his right lower leg, just below the knee. It looks like the amount of blood that's coming out that they hit a main artery.
Okay.
We need to get EMS here as quickly as possible.
They're coming lights and sirens, sir. I need them to press firm, steady pressure.
They are doing that, and they tied a band around his legs. Let me get a belt. Guys, see if you can tie more pressure with a belt. Yeah.
Okay, the other victim, sir, I know that you're worried about him. They're taking care of him. The other victim, where are they stabbed at?
It's just the one victim that was stabbed twice.
Okay.
It looks like he's stabbed in the ribs and the leg.
Okay. I need them to press firm, steady pressure on both wounds for me, okay?
Y'all hear that? Firm, steady pressure on both. Don't lift off. Don't look. Just firm, steady. He's bleeding. He's bleeding real bad.
I know, sir. I need to make sure he continues to breathe for us. If he stops breathing at any time, I need you to tell me so I can tell you how to do CPR, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm certified in CPR. He's fine right now. He's just in a tremendous amount of pain. Keep his head elevated a little bit and just help him to breathe. He just breathe slow and steady, sir. Help is on the way. My wife.
Is he still breathing okay, sir? Still conscious?
He's conscious, alert, and breathing fine for now.
I want you to just kind of teach him how to breathe. Take a deep breath in, slowly, out, slowly. In, slowly, out, slowly, okay?
Okay. Breathe real close. In, real deep in through the mouth. Steady, constant, out through the mouth. Calm down. Help is on the way.
Is he at the jewelry counter?
Yes. He's directly in front of what was smash and grab.
Okay. Just tell him to keep breathing for me, okay?
Yep. Hey, just breathe, buddy. Just breathe. It's okay, man.
Tell the people that are applying the pressure to his wounds, if it's bleeding through those shirts, get a different shirt and add it on top of that one. Do not lift it up whatsoever, okay?
Will do. Just need to push on top of this one. And if you can, pull it into your chest to provide enough pressure. Do you understand?
So even if you have to do it, because you may be able to put more pressure, if you have to put an extra shirt on top of it so you don't get blood on you if you don't want to, okay? You're doing good, sir. Thank you, okay? Thank you for helping him.
No worries.
They're coming lights and sirens, okay?
Like I said, focus on the breathing, in through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Steady. Okay.
Is the bleeding slowing down at all?
It does not appear to be, no ma'am.
Okay. More pressure for me. More pressure. It may hurt him. It may hurt him to put pressure, but as hard as you can, I need you to apply that pressure because he needs that blood inside of him more than him being hurt, okay?
You got it. David, everybody's fine. You did a great job, dude. This is right. Breathe. Breathe, buddy. Breathe. Don't try. Breathe. Man, he's starting to go into shock a little bit.
Okay. Tell him to breathe for me. If he passes out, I need everybody to stay calm for me. I know it's stressful, but I need to know if he continues to breathe. And if not, I need to help you with CPR, okay?
Really focus in on your breathing. Don't worry about anybody else, okay? You don't want to go into shock, okay? So just breathe. Relax. We got to. And you have to go the way right now, okay? Just breathe.
Is he still awake?
Yeah.
Okay. Just tell him to keep breathing for me, okay? Is it it's still bleeding just as bad, right? Okay.
The leg is not slowing down at all. It's getting It didn't.
Just keep trying to put that pressure on for me, okay? I know it hurts him, but as hard as you can, put that pressure on for me.
Hey, Adam, pull on the belt as hard as you can. Like we want to cut off all circulation. As much as you can. I know it hurts, baby. Just breathe.
Even if y'all have that belt on, I need the pressure being put on it as well, okay? With a shirt or something. Okay. I just needed to make sure.
They're on their way.
They're pulling in now, sir, okay?
They're pulling in right now, David. Breathe. You need to show the EMS before you in, okay? Get out.
Yes, sir. If you can get somebody to the door outside, somebody else, not you. I need you to stay with him.
No worries, yes, ma'am. Make sure they go in from the other side, okay? So they will go the different way. Yeah, if they're pulling in, ma'am, I think it's the wrong entrance. Yes, what I said, but get through the nose, out through the mouth, nice and steady. Okay?
Is he still awake?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Is somebody at the door to guide the paramedics in when they get there?
Out through the mouth, into the nose.
Yeah, good.
Okay? Look at me. Into the nose, out through the mouth. Steady your breathing. There you go. There you go.
Good job. Keep encouraging him, okay? You're doing a good job.
Focus on the breathing.
Is he still awake for us, Marcus? Okay.
Anybody else? No. What? We got pressure on? We got pressure.
Is that an officer?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that an officer?
It's the police officer. Yes, ma'am. He said there was shots fired in the parking lot as well.
There were, but we're just worried about him, okay? But I need you to just take care of him. The officer is going to get the paramedics to him, okay?
Okay. I was blown away by it was like the caller had just finished a college course on how to handle a 911 call. Like, that was impressive.
I was going to say that, yeah, like, this man is so lucky that these people were in his life that day. It's incredible.
Also, I don't know the best way to, I appreciated the dispatcher's level of like investment. I don't know, I felt like early on, this dude proved himself as an ally and like, you know, he was dialed in. I felt like she was a bit heavy-handed with him.
Yeah. I think she was just taking the situation seriously, you know.
Yeah, she was just taking, you're right. She was just she had it under control.
And I think as the call went on, she became more confident that he had control of the situation. Because I wouldn't say in the beginning,
yeah,
she doesn't immediately know that, but he proved like he was coordinating certain things. He was making sure to comfort the patient. It was very, very impressive. I mean, that's the kind of person you want around in a tragedy. So.
Totally. I'm not giving enough credence to the fact that while we're listening to her talk, her typing fingers are on fire. Like, she's literally having to guide and direct first responders to the scene. Again, and we've covered a couple of malls, things that happen in the malls, but this place is just hemorrhaging access. Like, for the police to show up to a mall and try to control the situation. I mean, there's on average, probably 15 doors into the mall or more, exits and entrances. Every store has an entrance and an exit, multiple. There's more bathrooms, you know.
I mean, the guy that committed the crime had left the building. I wanted to clarify that, right? He was driving away.
Yeah, so let's get into this. Let's dig into the details here. Or as Janice would say,
let's spill the tea. Let's spill the tea. Let's spill the tea.
Okay.
So this tense atmosphere inside of Macy's reaches a critical point as David Walker, motivated by a sense of duty to protect, confronts Jose Reyes Serrato amid the chaos. So Walker's approach was driven by the belief that Jose was armed with a gun. This was a misconception, but it was fueled by the sounds of the shattering glass and the intense panic that enveloped the store. So as these things start as he's breaking cases, maybe some people were close by and had visual on what he was doing, but beyond that, just around the corner, in the bra section, all they're hearing is the noise, and the shattering glass being shattered by a crowbar has a very percussive element to it. And then those people right around the corner see the panic of everybody in the vicinity, and that panic grows and grows. This is why they say it's illegal to yell fire in a group setting. Like you can't yell fire at a concert or at a movie theater.
Right.
Because the panic is exponential. It starts with people that have context and that are panicked. And then everybody else is another level of panic without context. And it just gets out of control. So things are just flaring up throughout the store. In a swift, maybe horrifying turn of events, Jose, who'd been smashing jewelry cases with the crowbar, revealed a more sinister weapon than just a crowbar, in that he also was wielding a kitchen knife. So the situation escalates pretty rapidly from a perceived robbery to now a life-threatening encounter. So Walker, initially attempting to disarm Jose, found himself face-to-face with an unexpected and a very violent retaliation. And just before things hit a fever pitch in the confrontation, the host of the podcast shifted to an ad break because we got to pay the bills.
Of course she would.
Oh, here's some ads. Okay, we're back from those ads. Man, those ads are good. I mean, just think of the discounts that you get from using our code. Don't like all the ads? Check out Plus, 1159plus.com. Or if your lazy fingers are in the Apple Podcasts app right now, scroll to the top of this episode and you'll notice that we have a couple exclusive channels that are ad-free and you get extra stuff. So, also you help us pay the bills with that. So, anyway, moving on. This isn't the time for a shameless pitch, Jess. So, Jose, in a moment of frantic aggression, uses the knife against Walker. Walker, caught off guard, was stabbed 5 times. Each strike from Jose's knife was a critical hit. He targeted Walker's torso and his leg. The severity of the attack was evident from the injuries. He had a collapsed lung and a severe leg wound, indicative of the brutality and danger of Jose's intentions there. Jewelry department at Macy's turns into a crime scene. Not only are there blood diamonds, but now there's literally blood all over the diamonds. The area, once filled with sparkle of jewelry, was now the site of a bloodshed. In the immediate aftermath of the stabbing, Jose, realizing the gravity of his actions, decides to flee. So his escape was pretty frantic, desperate attempt to evade the consequences of his actions. He left behind a scene of horror and confusion. Walker, critically injured, laying on the floor, and the store plunged into a state of shock and distress. So the store's response was a mix of panic and urgency. So calls to 911 were made. And the call that we heard was a well-heeled 911 caller, hopefully first-time caller, but just very good at what he did. We don't have his name. That was stricken from the record. But first responders were to respond. Focus was on securing the safety of the customers and the staff, attending to the injured walker, and alerting the authorities about the perpetrator that once that guy goes around the corner, you don't know if he's fled or he's hiding or whatever, right?
Right.
But in this case, they did see him getting in a car, and he had occluded his tags, his license plate. So he had already kind of thought this through.
Occluded. Really?
You know why? But do you know why I used occluded? Because it's a jewelry term. Occlusions. Inclusions. I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh.
I don't even know why anyone listens to this show. Silver pickup truck. Jose gets in one.
Go ahead.
Jose gets in the silver pickup truck. His actions motivated a swift response from law enforcement, leading to a dramatic chase outside the mall. Fun fact to share. Have you ever been at the mall and somebody runs the stop sign in the parking lot or just totally disregards it?
Oh, yeah.
They know something you don't know, and that is that stop signs in parking lots are unenforceable. Hate to say it, but you could, unless you drive over people exiting the store, cops can't stop you for running those stop signs. Yep. So get out there and be safe while you run them, but know that you can run those. If you don't run them, just stop and wait. Be courteous. Hopefully you put your card away too.
Let's just stop.
Stop with the fun facts or just stop, period?
No, stop at the sign so you're not the asshole that's...
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought. Yeah, stop. If you see the sign, stop. So there was this, all the incidents take place inside. Now he's in a silver truck. Following the stabbing and the chaotic escape, the Gwinnett County Police quickly engaged in pursuit of Jose. Their swift response was crucial in apprehending him because if they didn't, who was going to, in my opinion? But he was not exactly reticent to do more harm. So it's good that they took care of the situation. He attempted to flee, was abruptly halted near the Mall of Georgia. An intense and dramatic encounter ensued between him and the police, culminating in a pit maneuver. Do you know what a pit maneuver is?
No. Tell me. You're going to tell me anyway.
You know, when you're driving away from the cops and they're chasing you and they come up behind you and they use their car to hit the back corner of your car and spin it and stop you from driving, that's called a pit maneuver. And it's actually legal. They can ram your car and throw it off the road. Is it something that they want to use judiciously? Yes, because there could be people around or other cars, oncoming traffic or anything like that. And a pit maneuver is not exactly completely predictable in how your car is going to act.
I feel like that's potentially more dangerous than...
Yeah, and I'm also wondering if they did a pit maneuver, either it must have been at either a very slow speed, because this is the Mall of Georgia. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they'd have to chase that guy for 30 miles before they were in an area where there weren't other people. So I'm guessing it was either a very niche situation where they knew they could pit maneuver him against a curb or something. Because that's...
Yeah, there's a lot of curbs in mall parking lots. That's for sure.
Yeah. Chase makes a good point. I didn't know this. Chase, he's mute on the mic, but he's on fire in the chats in the backdoor access. He says you have to get approval and you have to be pit certified And there has to be, hold on, I'm scrolling, there has to be a reason. So what Chase is saying is you have to be certified. Also, you have to have a reason to pit maneuver somebody. You can't just pit maneuver anybody you want. And that seems like a good standard to bear for the police department. So they pit maneuver the guy. High stakes, sure. Decisive action, though, yes. In a turn of events, Jose, after being stopped, attempted to flee on foot. It was during this moment that an officer, confronted with the immediate threat posed by Jose, shot him in the leg. So this action was taken in the context of Jose being armed and dangerous, having just committed a violent crime, and posing an ongoing threat. So again, like, I'm really glad I'm not a police officer, because they have to see so many boxes checked in real time to do certain things. I would never pull my trigger because I'd be paralyzed that I hadn't checked enough political or protocol boxes to actually do the thing I'm supposed to do. Uphold it would be so hard. What? Why are you laughing? Trying to think of me as a police officer?
I just have a vision of you trying to do, oh, guys, we didn't follow the rules. Like,
No. Can you imagine getting pulled over by me, though? I'd be like, fun fact.
you'd be like, talk to him for 45 minutes and it would end in a hug. Like,
yeah, we'd end in a hug. They wouldn't get a ticket because they would have traded instead for the ticket. I would have been like, you got any cool coins in the car? Like anything I could collect, anything that's unique? You know, what you got? And I would have done trades. I would have done trades all the time for stuff because I'm a hoarder. I would do that. Subsequently, Jose was charged with a series of felonies reflecting the gravity of his actions. These charges included armed robbery, aggravated assault, aggravated battery, fleeing a police officer for a felony offense, and second-degree criminal damage to property. Wherever this guy goes, property is damaged. He's literally like the Juggernaut. I don't know how he does it. I'm kind of impressed. Also, you shouldn't do that, but everything he does includes property damage.
It's not impressive, Ob.
Something can be impressive and also bad at the same time. Like, for example, there were some big, giant inventions of war machines that the Nazis invented.
Like Hiroshima. Like, that's impressive, but tragic.
It is impressive, but it's also tragic. Two things can be true at the same time. That's all I'm saying. Yo. Okay. These actions at the mall led to a compounded legal situation, reflected both the violence of the stabbing and the danger of his attempted escape. So Jose was booked into the Gwinnett County Correctional Facility. The seriousness of his charges were mirrored in his bond, which was set at $17,100. That's not really that big when you think about it. He could have gotten out on a $1,700 bail. That's weird. Incarceration marked the beginning of a legal process to address the multiple felonies he was charged with. This process was not just punitive, but also a part of the larger judicial system's role in maintaining public order and safety. So, they saw this as a response. So guess what? He is currently he's housed in the Gwinnett County Correctional Facility. And I tried to look up, I've got background checks and all that kind of stuff. I was trying to look up when his release is due, and there's nothing. So, as a good steward of our show, I set up an alert. So if I get any alerts about when he's released or moved or anything like that, or if he gets sent to a women's prison or, whatever happens in this guy's life, I'm going to know about it and I'm going to let you know right away.
Okay.
All right. You'd think this is where it ends, but it doesn't end here because there's another twist. The aftermath for David Walker, the stabbee, not the stabber, right? Brave Macy's manager The aftermath was a mix of physical recovery and professional upheaval. While he survived life-threatening injuries that he sustained during the stabbing, his journey to recovery was both physical and emotional. Despite his heroism, Macy's corporate response was unexpected.
Oh, no.
2 months after the incident, during his recovery, Walker received a call from Macy's informing him, I'll just tell you, here's how it goes. We'll use Janice's voice, and here's the call that he received.
Hello, Mr. Walker. Hey, this is Janice, HR over at Macy's. Wanted to let you know that I hate to say it, unfortunately, we're going to let you go. We're letting you go for the thing you did. We're letting you go for that. Yeah. We got policies. You violated our policy when it comes to getting in the middle of someone who's trying to steal from our stores. So we really just wish you the best out there. We're not giving you a positive review or anything like that. We appreciate the decades of service you gave us, but I guess just screw off.
So that's basically what he got from them.
Please tell me that, this is a very good reason to sue them.
Well, I would think so.
Yeah, but please tell me he sued them. That's ridiculous.
It's a violation of company policy, straight up. Macy's says it's a violation of company policy to try to intervene in a crime. And so they let him go. Lululemon did something similar not too long ago, actually.
Yeah.
There's the letter of the law and then the spirit of the law, and I feel like that's just worse for business to take a hero. What I would do is just, as Macy's, I don't have to say anything. I don't have to be pro or against his heroism. Maybe just let it ride. Let him become a legend quietly. But I think what they were thinking is they're like, no, we can't allow other people to feel like they should get in the middle of a crime. That's a bigger liability to us.
Which I get that, because you don't want to enable people to try to be heroes, I guess. But at the same time, instead of firing him, couldn't you, I don't know, they better have paid his medical bills or something, at least.
Yeah. So apparently Macy's has a specific policy about not involving yourself or trying to enforce any retention when it comes to the specific cases of petty theft and shoplifting. So if this guy had just gone around and started stabbing people, he wouldn't have lost his job, because if Walker had tried to stop him from stabbing people, different story. But he's trying to steal some jewelry. And that's...
So there was clear evidence that Walker interfered then?
Yeah, Walker interfered with his theft attempt, his petty theft attempt, his shoplifting attempt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was. So, it's a balance between employee safety policies and kind of the moral impulse to protect others in dangerous situations. And I don't know. I think about myself. I am confrontational. I don't think I would have. Also, I have an inordinate, overdeveloped sense of justice, and I can't stand the thought of somebody shoplifting. And so it makes me mad, and I want to do something about it. Changing the world one shoplifter at a time.
Just stay out of it.
Just stay out of it. That's what everybody tells me, but yet there I am. Anyway, for Jose, the aftermath involved facing the consequences of his actions in the legal system, incarceration, like we've talked about. Had quite an impact on the community, though, and the public at large. The Mall of Georgia, place of synonymous leisure and serious shopping, witnessed a shocking crime. And that affects everybody. I have kind of a different, maybe it's the overdeveloped capitalist in me, but like, I remember at one point there was a Jack in the Box that had listeria poisoning go through it. And I was like,
that's common in Jack in the Boxes.
yeah. And then I was like, but in my thought, I was like, oh, everybody's leaving. Everybody won't go back. They're like, I'm not going to Jack in the Box. I was like, you want to know where's probably the safest place to eat out, in the weeks after? Probably Jack in the Box, because their eyes are on everything, So this case is one of those ones that kind of sparks a broader dialogue about like, giant corporation, the lack of humanity maybe in balancing company rules and everything. Kind of was a galumph in closure for Walker. He just wanted to see everybody okay. So now, you can find your pen pal, Jose, if you want. He's at the Gwinnett County Police Correctional Facility if you want to ask him his motivations behind doing it. I don't know. But I do have a happy ending.
Oh, good. Is it really a happy ending, or is it something tragic again?
Yeah. No, this time I did go I went with a happy ending rather than what would you call the last one? Sort of me abusing everybody's earballs and not playing exactly. I thought it was a happy ending, but apparently the reviews say different.
There is nothing happy about listening to a mother cry in the background while her
autistic son
calls 911. I get that there was a happy ending.
Yeah.
But that was tragic.
It was tragic. I think I just went with my
or heartbreaking, I should say.
Yes. Heartbreaking probably outweighed, what I was thinking was, wow, this is a really quite an interesting accomplishment. Anyway, Luther in the backdoor access says it was rough, and it takes a lot for Luther to say something's rough. So I'm going to take that to heart. And it might have been too rough. So
all right.
If you haven't listened to it, go listen to episode 133. All right, but this happy ending, this one's fun. Are you ready for me to play it?
Yes, please.
All right, here we go.
Well, where are you?
The cops are here. My wife.
Why are we stopped here?
You want to talk to the cop? He's asking you a question.
Yes, I'm trying to find my husband. He needed to pull over because he was tired.
You have your ID with you?
Yeah, I have it.
Any guns in the car?
No, I don't get any guns, stupid ass.
What'd you say?
You heard me?
Richard, stop.
Everything's in there.
I don't need your wallet.
Then arrest me.
I don't want to arrest you. Can you just get your ID out of there for me?
You're a civil public servant.
Richard, stop it.
Look it up, motherfucker.
Richard, explain to me why we're stopped on the road here.
Because I pissed at my wife. Because she two other guys. So if you want to arrest me, arrest me.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
Like one drink. I like lemonade. I like tea. I don't drink because I don't like drink.
You gonna do some field sobriety
That's
tests?
fine.
Do you have any type of physical injuries?
No, I'm good.
Do you have any type of traumatic brain injuries?
No, I'm just stupid.
Go and stand right here for me.
No, I'm not going to do this. This is ridiculous. My Achilles.
I just asked
For
you if you could do
fighting?
it. Do you know how to count?
What?
72 to 51.
No.
Do you know your alphabet?
No.
Obviously way too much to drink to be driving.
I hate Albert.
You're not in Albuquerque.
You're not in Albuquerque.
Everything he said. My Achilles from fighting. Like, what are you?
I really like lemonade.
I don't like drinking because I don't like drink.
Have you had a traumatic brain injury? Nah.
No, I'm just stupid. He's mad at his wife because she had sex with two other guys. Oh, man. God, that guy was just bumping into every wall.
That was hilarious. That was a good one. Good job, Op. Good job.
Thank you. I'm bringing more of those. I will say this, in the hunt for happy endings, I used it way early on But everybody remembers Savannah. She saved her dad's life early on in the episodes in the happy ending. Savannah, the 4-year-old girl that needed to put more clothes on before the cops showed up because she was just in her nightgown. And she was taking care of her dog and her dad who had that story, it's evergreen. But it's also really annoying because when you're trying to do research and find more happy endings, everyone's still talking about Savannah and it just gobs up the Googles. And that's all I can find are more Savannah audio, just the same audio over and over and over. So come on, kids, get out there and save your parents. We're running out of content.
Don't say that.
If you like what we did here today.
No, you already sold us. You already pitched it.
I was just gonna say, if you like what we did here today, something's wrong with you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We'll take a 5-star review, even if it's critical, though.
Yeah, be as mean as you want, but just make it a 5-star. We don't care. We don't care, but we do care, and we care deeply. So that's why we say that. I've run out of script, and I am not permitted to talk off script. So, hugs everybody.
I'm proud of you, Up.
Whatever, you're not proud. Just hugs everybody.
Bye.